Summertime when the weather is high, you can stretch right up and touch the sky. When the weather's right, you got women on your mind. Have a drink, have a drive, go out and see what you can find.
Yes, yes, yes. Hello, one. Hello, all. Welcome. We're a little late to the party as far as the horror community is concerned, but I come to you as always as CP, otherwise known as Charles. I'm joined by DICE ROLLEN. DICE, are you
See?
alive?
Yes, I'm. That's what happens with the internet, right there. Every once in a while, we just disappear. Welcome to the rural areas.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna talk about X because I saw it recently and I can't tell you how, like on the on my hand I can count the amount of times where a movie's been hyped up and it actually like lived up to it, and
Yeah.
X lived up to like the oh my god, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, wow, that actually was a lot more than just people killing people. There that had something to say, even though the script was very basic. There was things going on in that movie that were quite surprising. Homages left and right, where it was just like, hi, Texas Chainsaw Massacre shot here.
Yeah. And Psycho.
Psycho, The Shining for a hot second there too.
Yeah.
So well, first of all, before we get started, Dice, what is your preferred subgenre of horror?
Oh, damn it. See, it does this sometimes, especially at night. I don't know why.
Did you hear my question?
It's the start of it.
What is your preferred subgenre of horror?
I don't know. I like a little bit of everything, really. But I seem to an extent, kind of enjoy the paranormal
Okay.
sort of stuff.
Okay. And what type of excitement or intrigue or like what were you bringing going into this when you went into this movie?
The vaguest idea of what it was about, people being really excited about it, and just knowing that something happened with old people. That was about it.
See, I didn't even get that much. I just got it's like Texas Chainsaw Massacre without a chainsaw, and I was like, all right, well,
Okay.
I guess. And you guys are going crazy about it. Okay, can't wait to shoot this one down.
Oh, see, I'm kind of like you with all the hype and everything. Like, okay.
Yeah. At some point, it's just like, guys, really?
Calm down. Hold on, everybody. Just
What's with this hive mind bullshit? Does anybody just want to say what's really wrong with it? So yeah, I probably, of the horror genre, I probably prefer slashers. They're light. They're a greasy cheeseburger that costs
easy
you
to
50
watch.
cents. Yeah. There's not much to it, and it goes down. Well, it doesn't go down easy, but you don't
Depends on
have
what it is.
you don't have to invest much of anything. Just maybe you might be a little grossed out every now and again. But this is not a greasy diny. This is not a greasy diner burger. This is,
It's not a McDonald's special. No.
yeah. There's something to this. What
The
was
face
your
value they wanted you to think that's what it was.
right?
I think.
Right,
So-
right. Yeah.
And then you start paying attention. As hello.
Yeah. I remember thinking the script was like very surface level. Like it almost felt like it was just too like porny. For those of you who don't know, by the way, we're going to spoil the ever living shit out of this movie. So,
Cover your
warning.
ears.
It's about a bunch of, I guess,
Indie
they're
filmmakers.
yeah, one of them's an indie filmmaker. The guy with the camera thinks he's making film and art, and then the rest of the crew all work at a strip club, and they're making they're extending their
Craft.
craft.
But see, it's you gotta understand, this is not just a strip joint. This is a southern strip joint.
What does
There's a
that mean?
difference. I don't know,
Oh,
but I've been told there is a difference.
really?
I don't know what the difference is. I've never been there, but there's a difference. Might be a little sweatier.
Why did you do that
Nothing.
when you meant
I didn't
sweatier?
do
Because
anything. What do you mean? I
that
didn't do shit.
that implies a little extra.
Maybe certain places. I don't know.
Oh, is it? Are they like massage parlors where if you pay the right price, you?
I guess it depends on where you go.
Okay, all right. I think I'm picking up what you're putting down. All right, so in the South they're a little liberal with their sex clubs. Their breast eateries. I got it. I think I'm being loud. Okay. All right. I'm talking about breasts and everything. It's 11 o'clock at night. My mom's right next door. I keep forgetting that I have my mother right next to me now.
Hi.
Yeah. So there's it. I mean it's a bunch of small budget filmmakers who are making a porno, but most of them are sex workers anyway. So
Nothing new.
I do like, because something about that comes up later on in the movie, and it's a bit of a dramatic cue there where you get this hypocritical double standard type, like, yeah, no, you I can film this, but you no, you can't do
Well,
this.
that's just a step too far.
Yeah, but we'll get to that. But I really appreciated that, because it was like a genuine conflict within the movie, and it's something, it addresses something that I've always thought about when I've thought about, people who work in the adult industry, like, what's love to you guys? Where is the line when it comes to being physical? What can you and can't you consider out of bounds? And the fact that they kind of covered some version of the inner conflict in my head really made me pleased, and well, we'll get to it. That's third act stuff. That's basically
Maybe
the end of
midway?
the second act.
Kind of midway point. But
Yeah, probably the end of the second, early
just
beginning of
before
the third.
shit really hits
Yeah.
the fan.
I think the shower is like the farewell to the second act.
Yeah.
So, we get a bit of a Texas Chainsaw Massacre feel with people riding in a van, headed. Hey, they're in Texas too, by the way. So there's all of that. They're on their way to a place. They're renting a barn. Was it a barn?
I think they described it as like a farmhouse.
Yeah.
In a way, like renovated, extra.
Yeah.
Place.
And they weren't really letting their they're landlords. What do you call them back then when you rent a room from rent a house from somebody? I don't even know what the fuck you call that. Their
Rightful
Airbnb
owners?
host
Yeah.
was
Old time Airbnb.
not was no emphasis on old time. So they were kind of sneaky about what it was they were doing, which I don't think that mattered much, but
It shouldn't have under
we'll get
normal
to that.
circumstances.
Yeah. And we have a little bit of a Chekhov's gun there, or a bait and switch Chekhov's gun, because the owner of the house breaks out his shotgun and threatens the strip club owner that he's a little spotty. It seems as if this couple that lives at this farm campus, they're a little sundownish. They're a little forgetful. They're a little spotty with memory, and apparently he didn't remember booking the spare house to this guy, and the guy paid extra money for him to be quiet and to let the strip club owner guy at ease. He's like, it's not loaded. And you're like, okay.
Never believe that.
Okay.
Never.
I did. I actually did. I was like, all right, I can believe some old timer just wagging a gun just to say, get away.
I can't say I've had many like in-person interactions with people who would be similar, shall we say, Southern people. I just on instinct go, As soon as he's like, no, it wasn't even loaded, I'm like, yeah, bullshit, Grandpa.
Yeah. Show me.
Yeah, actually don't.
Just do this right in the sky. Just fire once. All right. So what were your perceptions from start to about where I got us to? Like what, they didn't show much of the strip club, which was interesting. So yeah. I kind of thought that was unique, interesting, neat.
They didn't want to spend time in a location where they really weren't going to be.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of understood that. I got the Texas Chainsaw Massacre vibes right off the bat.
Oh,
of course.
Way. Absolutely.
That was okay. And like you said, the van, I pick up on little jokes, like the name of the van, plowing services. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think as someone who I watched reacting to it for the first time said, I don't think they're talking about clearing off driveways. So I caught the
in Texas.
Yeah, in Texas, no less. Yeah, the snow.
Oh, that snow down there. We're gonna try to bridge Dice's little hiccups. Dice warned me beforehand that there are moments where the internet's going to be a little skippy, so we'll do our best to. Okay, there you are.
I'm afraid every once in a while, just like I said, a few seconds, and it'll bring me back.
I literally just explained that, we'll try to bridge the
apologies. Gap. That's when the satellite gets obstructed or whatever because trees or some shit. So I'm still trying to find a place where it won't be obstructed.
So if it rains, you have a hard time.
No, actually, the rain doesn't bother it very much at all.
Really?
Which I'm very glad for. Even snow, because the fun thing about this, just as a side rant thing, the satellite itself looks like a TV tray almost, and it'll heat automatically when snow gets on it,
Uh,
so it won't stay on it and
just
block things out.
melts it. Just
Yeah,
nice try, Dick. Later.
yeah. It's just finicky about certain things. It wants to have utter clear skies, which shouldn't be too hard, but it wants to face towards the trees. So
Mm,
I'm still working on it, I promise. But this is so much better than where we had been previously,
I can
as far as
imagine.
internet. So
I can imagine.
HughesNet, I do not
I don't
recommend.
know a single person who has anything nice to say about HughesNet. A
No,
single person.
neither do I. I'm not one. So it's better. We're getting there. I'm gonna work it out, but I'm here. Oh, and not pixelated. So we
Yeah,
read Snow at Texas. What?
yeah, once every decade, I guess.
Yeah,
That's a
and
fair
in
point.
some mythical thing.
Careful.
Hello.
You're leaning over full cleavage there.
The bed fell down on this side in case you missed it.
Oh, did it?
Yes.
I did miss it.
I didn't do it.
The bed fell down.
I did not do it. It was the gremlins, I swear.
Why don't you just sit over here on this side?
Go to bed.
All right. So what were you picking up on with this little car ride? They stopped off at a convenience store.
Yeah.
I read somebody said that it was just boring and killing time, and I was like, they're building the characters. What are you talking about?
Yeah, as someone who is trying to write stories, I understood that as being, let's give you an idea of what these characters want.
Yeah,
Who's
yeah.
probably your main characters, the ones you're supposed to be paying more attention to,
Mhm.
and the relationship between them, essentially, and just what each person wants out of what they're gonna do.
Right.
Essentially, that's how I saw that anyway.
Mhm.
And again, little slips of humor here and there just to let you know where the humor for this was going to be. I was kind of wondering, are they really going to lean into this, or is it just going to be tongue in cheek, if you will? But no, they leaned into it.
Oh yeah.
So, I kind of figured you'd have to.
I love when they're at the gas station and they're like picking up food and stuff for the trip, and they're filming like a filler scene of one of the guys filling gas, and the guy with the camera. I refuse to call him a director or a cinematographer. The guy with the camera who happens to study film. He had a certain angle that he was shooting it at, and there was you could tell that there was this like he looked at everybody else differently.
Yeah, like
And
he was more elevated than everybody else.
Yes. I mean, and that comes out crystal clear much later too.
Yeah.
But I just laughed so hard when the main stripper girl was like, "Well, if you tilt the angle at like this, it looks like it's coming out of his cock," and the guy was like,
Okay.
and sure enough, he does this shot, and she's like, "See." Not,
Well, I mean, it makes sense. She's clearly had more experience with this than he has.
Yeah.
So,
Film school doesn't teach you everything. I get it. I can attest to that. It's.
I don't think they have a class for porn.
Yeah. Well, actually, you know what? In film school, they say porn is not art. It does not merit any sort of artistic value. It's just meant to
entertain.
Yeah, it's an accessory to an emotion. It's not meant for much else.
It's not going to be winning big awards.
Yeah. many porn have gone where you don't know the whole story, but you've got what you needed from the story. So
I don't think you look up anybody's IMDb page, you know?
yeah. Oh man, what happened? Wait, what happened with the stepbrother? Did the pizza ever come?
Oh. Oh, not the pizza.
Well, yeah, the pizza didn't come, but everybody else did.
So I'm guessing my Uber will be late.
So yeah, that relationship starts playing out where like you could tell pretentious film dweeby guy who perhaps isn't as smart as he perceives. You know, and I loved how they just had these people that from the start, the camera kid made it seem like that they were, they were a different type of people. Like, oh,
A different class.
yeah,
if you will.
different class, sure.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we're gonna have these strippers and everything in the movie, and we'll try to film them from far, and just don't touch them, and make sure you make sure you wash your hands after
Yeah,
making
don't
contact.
accept anything from them, okay?
And they really established that they're just people. The only difference is what they do for a living is different than everybody else. That's it. That is
If
it.
they found what they're happy to do, that
Yeah.
works for them. Fucking A, all right.
Yep. Yeah.
I fucking couldn't. Go ahead.
Yeah, she even says something like that. She's like, I love fucking it, and I'm getting paid for it, so whatever.
Win-win.
Yeah. I mean, kudos, man. I really give the film credit for that, because it feels like something that can be throwaway, but it gives you a little bit extra. Like the characters have a bit more chunk to them, where
They're not thin.
Yeah.
As far as
Yeah.
well, who gives a fuck? All right, the blonde with big tits gonna die anyway. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
So I appreciate the fact that they actually gave respect to such characters, because especially in slasher movies, the people who are promiscuous are gonna die. They're gonna die horribly, and you don't care too much.
Yeah.
So
And-
this
and-
takes it a little bit differently.
And credit to them for not really killing anybody right off the bat.
No.
Something that I was going to say in my non-existent review was, the film opens from like inside the barn. The first shot we see of the film is from inside the barn, and it gives you this 4x3 look.
Yeah.
And you think you're looking at something that's 4x3.
Like really going for the old style film.
Right. But the camera slowly pushes through, and you just see the doors, get further and further away, and oh no, we're full screen for this. We're 16:9, and I felt like it was such a, with the shot alone, they were saying, we're going from something from the past, and we're bringing you into it. This is something that was the past, but it is a now thing. Like with that shot alone, like it fucking cinematic storytelling in horror is so rare, and to get a shot that tells you what they're doing is just so impressive. I wanted to say that a very long time ago, but anyway.
Yes, they as you say, they start telling you the story before anybody even says anything.
Yeah.
Or
So as DICE pauses, the big goal for visual storytelling is that they always say that if you can tell a story
Show
without
don't tell, as they say.
right, yeah, show don't tell. If you can pick up what's going on in the movie without hearing anybody talk, the visual storytelling is working very well, and I thought it was rather done well. Um, so they start getting settled in. Uh, uh, yeah, I think they start filming right away. One of the girls goes for a swim.
Maxine.
Am I mixing? Am I going too fast?
Let me think. Well, filming is in progress.
Mm-hmm.
And Maxine, while she's not needed, goes for a swim. Yeah,
Yeah,
as far as I can remember correctly.
yeah. It's funny the blonde. Um, so for those of you who don't know, like why is this a big deal? Like what why? In the 70s, there was a film called Deep Throat that was
That's what it was about.
yeah, essentially, it was a hardcore sex movie that was released to cinemas and made money. It made a lot of money. This is before VHS. This is before like, you could
The
watch
video
it on cable.
nasties.
Right, right.
This
And
is when they exploited the whole X rating,
yeah,
essentially.
yeah,
So
yeah. So, this what this movie essentially is a couple of people who are trying to, exploit that corner of the market. And the blonde girl, for all her credit, um she it's so blatant. You could see that she knows when the camera's on her, and then she plays up
yeah,
the noises and the dramatics and
see, acting.
yeah, yeah. And they even have a moment where they talk about, because the man is pleased with himself at
Yeah,
how good a job he's doing, and she's like, "Oh yeah," and then she just starts miming
demonstrating.
yeah, yeah, performing for him without any sort of help.
I think she even directly said, "Oh, you think you did something?
Yes, I think she did say that.
If anybody pulls out a knife, I swear to God, y'all need some more weed around here. Goddamn."
um yeah, so the dynamic was, it was it was a total, with the exception of the homeowners, which were two elderly people who appeared to be suffering from some form of sundowning. Um, there was them two, but in the rental house there was three couples. It seemed, I don't know if they were all couples, uh, but
For the time,
yeah, she
we'll
did
say
say
that.
sometimes. She did
Yeah,
even say, "Are you guys a couple?" She's like, "Sometimes."
yeah.
So they were a couple for the trip. Um, the guy who was in charge of everything, the guy who drove the van,
Orchestrated,
and
wrote the script even. The script.
yeah, oh, the guy with many hats.
Yeah.
I don't remember if he was in the movie,
No,
which is
no.
interesting.
He's just there to make the money, direct the people, and make sure that the money is made.
Yeah.
That's about it.
The funny thing, I like when he went to bed and he was just in his skivvies. I was like, guy's in good shape. I don't know, you know, you know, if you want to get more dicks ass and tits, you get yourself in there, buddy, because you're in good shape. Why not? Um, and then of course there's the third couple, which are the crew, which is the snooty camera guy and his girlfriend who looks 13.
Yep.
13
Yeah.
at oldest. She looked 13. And she was helping. She was operating the boom the boom microphone, and so there was that. At moments, you could see through her eyes that she seemed like she looked like she definitely saw. If anybody had the biggest arc as far as what their relationship was from the beginning of the movie through the end of the movie, I think her, like we experienced her, she changed her mind about some things, and
Yeah.
you know, some things were processed by her over the course of that 90 minutes. And something that they don't touch on until very late, and I was always wondering why that was kind of like they would always have these oh, what do you call them, the preachers that are on TV,
Televangelists.
televangelists, that's right. And it seemed like that's the only thing that was on TV, because it seemed like everybody was watching the same
Well,
show.
It's a small town in Texas during the late 70s.
Yeah, yeah. Channel 2, that's all we got.
Yeah.
So we're gonna watch this guy talk for 12 hours.
Just until he runs out of breath.
So yeah, every now and again they would cut back and forth between the action in the film, and then the, like, you'd get a cutaway to the televangelist on TV, and what he was saying had some relevance to what was going on. And you know, I certainly didn't think there was anything more than that, but they really kind of paid that off really sweetly. I was
They
shocked.
connected it more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I was impressed with just oh, this is kind of important.
More than just kind of like I forget the term that they call it, but like a prophetic thing, trying to directly talk to the audience and say they're gonna fuck up
Yeah,
because they're not following God.
yeah. The age old
You're
slasher.
sinning.
Yeah, sex. Good night.
Yeah.
You're having sex.
Premarital sex, drugs.
They were smoking drugs. Yeah, they were just doing it all. I think they were drinking. They just check all the boxes. You guys are fucked. You guys are fucked. You guys are fucked. So we're by my take, we're pretty much through the first act, and I'm along for the ride. I'm really enjoying what's going on, and we have yet to see a kill. There's no sort of sign of classic slasher, because classic slashers, you would have to have, you know, 2 or 3 people murdered by now, and whatever.
Like somebody. Well, I guess in a classic situation like that, Maxine would have been out.
Yeah.
During her swim.
Yeah.
But she wasn't. Not even by nature's attempt.
That was a nice little switch there. I said Chekhov's gun before, but it might as well be Chekhov's gator, because
Oh, you want to go swimming in a body of water in Texas?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
It was a pretty tense scene with
Yeah.
with no musical assistance, which I thought was unique.
I think that
they just
added to it.
Yeah,
the tension.
they just let it play, and it was just like, oh, oh no.
I think everybody who's watched that particular scene, like I say, I watch certain reactors every once in a while
Mhm.
because I find them greatly amusing. One of them named Zavid, he's really fun,
Mhm.
but he reacted to X,
Mhm.
and during that moment he was like, "Get your ass out the water, bitch! Come on!" And I was like, "Yeah." They leave it to the last goddamn moment. So yeah, you're very much a put you on the edge of your seat kind of
Yeah.
thing, without
And
killing anyone off.
so she manages to get out of the water safely.
Yes,
And
obliviously.
now we're, yeah, obliviously. That's certainly important to note. But now we're introduced to a different character, one of the other sundowners. And what was going on in your head when we met her?
Uh, Pearl, I think is her name. I guess.
Pearl.
Um, let's see what was going through my head. Bitch, don't go in the house. No.
Yeah,
Mm-mm. What's
lemonade.
that? An old lady way over there with her fucking gown, shit's standing on the porch doing this shit.
Yeah, yeah. With a leathery tit just hanging out of the side.
No, you know what? You well, see, here's the thing. I was starting to pick up on this, which was, oh, they're playing with the whole she's an elderly woman
Mm-hmm.
living out here who probably doesn't see society
Mm-hmm.
much at all. So naturally, that plays with your oh, poor woman.
Mm-hmm.
At least it's kind of like your grandma. You
Right.
probably don't want to be spending much time at her house, but you're gonna do it because you feel sorry for her and you want to give her something positive for the day.
Sure. Sure. Yeah.
So I think they were playing with that, but I was still going fuck that bitch. Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm going back in the barn. Thanks very much. Want some lemonade? No, the fuck I don't. Mm-mm. I don't know where that's been. Could be drugged.
Yeah, it didn't look very appealing. It
When
looked,
your kitchen looks like that, best not to accept anything to drink. Thank you.
no, I just drank some of your pond water. I'm good.
Yeah, I just downed some of that. I'm fine. Probably have to get 5
I
tests
I
done.
I drank some gator piss. I'm good. I'm good. Or croc piss. I don't even know what that
I'm
thing was.
assuming gator. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know
I'm
the
from the
difference.
Midwest. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't ever want to know. How about that?
Good idea. Yeah.
Um, and it's in this little exchange that we find out that there's something more to Pearl than just she's not senile, or at least
No,
she seems it, but she's
she may have designs.
yeah, she's a wanderer with her hands at the very least. That's one.
I felt the claw of death. Just Pearl. Same thing. I
And
well, I also just for a moment. I appreciate the fact that Maxine did exactly what I would have done if I had found myself in such a situation. She downed that lemonade to get out of there faster. Okay, but without hurting Pearl's feelings, let's just
yeah,
move this along quickly.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. I appreciate the drink. I gotta go.
Yeah, thanks so much for that. Hope it's not tainted. Thanks.
Yeah, I'm sure you just meant to give me a massage because maybe my shoulder looked tense, but I'm good. I'm good. I'm all good. Thanks.
Yeah, put
Thanks.
the oil away. Thank you.
Thanks for the lemonade. I'll see you never. All right. So that happens, and now I get a little fuzzy. Now I need your help.
No. Well, we get, like you said, we get a little insight into Pearl. We get the kind of background thing of she was a dancer.
Oh, right.
This is how long she and her husband Harold have been with each other. maybe she's feeling just a little bit lonely because her husband doesn't seem to find her as attractive as she
Well,
once was.
not that. He says he can't do it because his heart.
That too, yeah. But maybe in her mind, she thinks aside from that, oh, I guess I'm not as attractive to him
Yeah.
as I was.
Yeah.
I guess he arrives home. That's what it is. He arrives home with groceries, and Maxine has to get out the back and leave.
Right. And he notices the second glass at the kitchen
Yeah.
table.
Yeah. Which, hey, come on, Pearl. Damn. at least throw that out the window or some shit. Leave just one. God.
Yeah. Is the chat working? You guys just enjoying the ride here? I see you, Aaron. I see you asking if the chat is working.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Let's put it this way: it looks the same on the broadcasting end as it does on the YouTube end. So
Yeah. Yeah, we're simply narrating at this point. We'll the further we get, the more we'll get into opinions and stuff. But again, at this point, we're probably through the first act.
Yeah.
And there's been no real slashing,
no blood.
Yeah. Well, they did the tricky thing to technically get blood on screen. They open with the ending.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, they do that trick where
to where it entices. It makes you go, "What the hell happened?"
Yeah, they're at the scene of they open with the scene of the crime after the fact, but still, if you discount that, the first act is just character building, and holy shit, what a novel idea for a fucking slasher. And then things start to pick up, and the sun goes down, and these old timers with their sundowning, this movie does it a few times where they materialize the fear of getting old.
Yeah. And I guess without going into detail, give my own mental issues as of late, this was a great thing to watch. But I got the idea as soon as they started to explore Pearl and Harold more. I was like, oh, okay, we're adding in the layer of that.
Mm-hmm. Yep, DICE. The layer of that, which of course is oh, there you are. You're back. The layer of that is the last thing we heard.
Subconscious fear of age.
Yeah,
if you will.
Yeah.
Being over the hill.
Yeah,
as they say.
Yeah,
and what you won't and will be able to do.
And they that's not the end of it neither, because there's constant. I mean, shit. For those of you who don't know, the young woman who's the lead in this film is the actress who plays Pearl. She's in makeup, so
heavy makeup.
Yeah. So some leathery, what the shit is going on? Yeah, some serious Johnny Knoxville looking makeup. But there are a few moments where there are these parallels to, if you have things you want to do as a youth, do it.
Yeah.
Do it, because
otherwise you'll how should we say, become angry.
Yeah.
Maybe a little violent. I don't know.
And even if you are doing it, enjoy yourself, because the the clock is always ticking. Like that was the one thing that I felt they really got across nicely in this movie, that regardless of whether or not you're doing what you want, whether or not you're not, whether or not you want to do what you want, whether or not you regret doing things, time doesn't fucking care, and it just keeps going. And yeah, a lot of on the nose. Like, I'm surprised at the musical choices. Remind me to when we get to the van scene. I'll discuss that and the music choice there.
I shall attempt to.
Yeah. So it starts getting dark, and we lose touch with Pearl, and Pearl's husband is nervous, scared, and
Concerned.
trying to find her. Meanwhile, there's still a porno being shot at the other location.
On the property.
Yeah. I think they end up shooting another scene between the blonde, and then they take a break. And is it that soon? I feel like I'm rushing it.
Well, let's see. The first thing that they record, if you will, shoot, is just the straight up. It's
You straight up porn. Sex. What? The first thing they shoot. One more time.
the first thing they shoot is the straight porn stuff, and then I think they might have done the non-chronological way of shooting things and done what led up to that.
Yeah.
With the blonde.
Yeah. And they even made a comment about that too. There's a lot of little winks to people, who are into movies. Like, yeah, no, we don't have to film it in order because it's film, and we just,
you can edit.
I could do it later. Yeah, it was unique. There's a jump cut to where she has what appears to be cinnamon icing on her hip, which I'm shocked they can put in a movie, but there it was. She had some donut glaze right there on her hip, and she wiped it off with a towel or what have you, and then they take a break for lighting purposes. No, then the other girl.
Yeah, it's Maxine's turn.
It's Maxine's turn to take part in the spectacle that is
the farmer's daughter.
I love that they actually bought regular milk and they just poured it in the bucket. And she's just milking the cow, but there's real pasteurized milk that they bought. What a waste. And there's nothing groundbreaking about how the porno is scripted. It's very it's very porn scripty, where she's like, oh, that was my sister.
Yeah.
And they always go for my sister or something along those lines. And next thing you know, I don't know, they're fucking because reasons.
Because she could give him a ride.
Oh, that's right. She was punny.
Yes. She doesn't have keys, man. She doesn't have keys.
Yeah, because he was waiting for a lift from
his car broke down.
Yeah.
And they don't have a phone.
And she was like, I can give you a ride. Wink. Right into the camera. Just guess what I mean. Um, so yeah, there's more sex. Um,
Well, way to downplay it. Wow.
am I missing?
Um.
Oh, oh no, Pearl.
Yeah.
Pearl notices this, I think, at this time.
Pearl's into voyeurism. Apparently, that's great. Yeah. Just up the dosage.
Yeah, yeah. It's interesting that they have a. I don't know if it's because of that pitchfork, but there's holes in the wall of the barn, and Pearl's just enjoying the show for a little bit, a lot of bit. I don't know.
We don't know.
Yeah,
She could have been there the whole goddamn time. I don't know.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Here you go, kids. See, this is why you don't just go into someone's fucking barn and do stuff. Granny
This
could
is
be anywhere.
this is why you clear everything
Yes.
with your
Check
with your.
every window. I mean it.
Yeah. I don't know much about porn, but my limited experience on film is if there's nudity, you close the set. You have as little people as possible working that can see what's going on. Like you don't.
Only those who are necessary.
Yeah, you don't need the gaffer to see what's going on. You don't need it usually if there's like sex or nudity or stuff, they try to have the crew to limited to 5-6 people, even
Yeah.
though the crew in this porno movie that they're making is 2
Yeah.
or 3 technically, if you want to count the guy who's paying for the whole thing.
The director.
Yeah, the executive producer.
Yeah.
I think the kid was taking credit for
Yeah.
direction.
I thought they had mentioned something like, yeah, he was essentially labeling himself as the director. So the guy with the money was producer, co-director,
Yeah,
the left
He-
hand. I don't know.
he was so cringy. Like every now and again, he would drop these lines, like this is next wave. This is like what they're doing in France, and it's just like, oh, can you please die already? You're making
How?
film fans look terrible.
He think he doing something real good over here.
Yeah, yeah, dude, you're filming fucking. And your lead actress that you refuse to associate as a human being just gave you a better shot than you thought. Yes. So after that sex scene, which is now the third, I think, of the film, because there's 2 with
Yes.
Brittany Snow, and then this is the first with Maxine.
Yeah. I believe.
I think then they take their break, and that's when, like that's the line, that's the okay. This is no longer going to be a normal movie. Some shit's going to go down. We're going to have some drama. We're going to have some chaos. And so the little 10-year-old girl who's been operating the shotgun mic on the boom pole, she's basically admitting to warming up to things. She's like,
Yeah.
I didn't feel, I didn't know how I felt about this when I got here, but I certainly feel differently.
Yeah. I think she said something along those lines as well, but I think she said, I like what I saw.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how I feel, but I like what I saw. Or something like that.
Yeah, she's asking more questions
Yeah.
from the cast and crew, as it were.
Yeah, and they're all treating her like the 10-year-old she is, because it's like it's just so uncomfortable. There's so much uncomfortable about the exchange, because she looks 12. She looks 12. I'm sorry that I can't get past that. But then her pretentious filmmaker boyfriend starts getting a little possessive, protective, other words like those. And he kind of like patronizes her a bit with the way he's speaking. And I forget what the line was that tips her over the edge. But she says, I want to be in the movie.
Yeah. Well, it was the punctuation after the rendition of Landslide. And I
Oh,
think
that's
during that
right.
time she was
Yeah,
like, "Okay, fuck it,
yeah,
I want to
yeah.
do it."
They just break into a freaking cover of Landslide.
Just in case you forgot, it was the 70s. Stevie Nicks is shook.
Yo, the soundtrack budget for this movie is got to be through the roof, because they got some licensed
Some well
songs.
known.
Yeah.
Yeah. And not just covers either.
Yeah, so some real shit. And then yeah, after the song's over, she's like, I want to be in the movie.
Yeah.
And the shock in her boyfriend's eyes is just priceless. And he's like, no. He's just like, no, because no.
Oh, well.
Oh, in that case, well then, sure. Oh, never mind.
Shit, you're right. Lapse of thought. Sorry.
Yeah, and then she kind of it's amazing. It's so incredible, because it like it the conversation they're having is something that like I'd like to have with 80% of film YouTubers, because she's like, well, if it's just for the movies, it that's not that big a deal. And he's like, yeah, but no. Stellar argument, buddy.
It's fantastic. You have such a base for this. I can see clearly what you mean. Oh.
And then, of course, the executive producer guy who's starting to see cash symbols in his eyelids. He pulls the director outside to have a chat, and he basically says, listen, if she wants to do it, she's going to do it. And you could just see the dude unraveling. Like whatever his insecurities are, they're starting to show. And I don't know. First of all, if you're insecure like that with a girl, if you have a girlfriend and you don't want her to take part in your line of work, why in the fuck would you have her be your mic operator while she's just front row center with just dicks and vages just all day, just the stink of sex for 9 hours? Just why would you do that?
Kind of reads like guys who don't want their girl to have an Instagram account.
Yeah,
Kind of reads like that, you know?
except like further down the road some. It was just like, what? Why did you bring her then? Why you couldn't find somebody else to do this gig? and he starts unraveling. And like this is the beginning. Now we're second halving it, and and there's a moment of drama, and I'm empathetic towards the character. They have this God's eye view. Again, the visual storytelling is really done well. They don't just show the guy from in the shower. They give this angle from high above him, like this God's eye view looking down on him. Like, what did you expect was going to happen with this? And he's just wrought. He's in tears. He's a mess.
He's
And
not doing good.
yeah, he's not doing very good at all. Meanwhile, everybody and their mother is helping the 12-year-old get ready for her big scene. And oh my God, don't they make him film it, don't they?
He's the only one who can operate the camera.
Oh.
And he now has to hold the boom too.
Yeah.
It's an unfortunate thing, really.
Yeah.
Depending on
Yeah.
how you look at it. I've seen people react a little bit differently to that scene.
Really?
Some people are like, "Oh God, get over it, man! Come on, she's not doing this to spite you, okay? Relax." And also, how dare you assume that you can control her? Like, really?
Right. Right.
And then you got some other people who are like, they can kind of put themselves in his shoes.
Oh yeah,
suppose.
no, I can understand the jealousy. I can absolutely understand it. But I would never, if I had that type of mentality, I would never voluntarily put myself in that situation where it's just like, hey, let's gamble with my emotions and see how I'm going to handle this.
Yeah, probably not wise, no. There are certain things one does not do if we don't have a firm foundation.
Yeah. Yeah. And to he was an ex he well, I know it's Kid Cudi, but I don't remember his name in the film. The ex-Vietnam vet. He was as professional as it gets. The black guy who's hung like a snake.
Yes. I don't remember his first name, but apparently I saw this while I was looking into behind the scenes stuff, as I tend to do. His character's last name is Holes.
Phil's? Is it Phil Holes?
I don't think so. That would have been just a little too lowbrow, That's a little much. It might have been something that starts with a J. I don't know.
J hole. Jerk hole? Jizz hole?
His name is Jack.
Oh,
No.
Jack hole. Yeah, so she has her big 15 minutes of fame. And this is where everything starts falling apart. Like
Yeah.
everything starts falling apart. Because the filmmaker guy can't finish, if I'm not mistaken. Help me through this, because
I will try. I think everybody
it's-
goes to bed after that because
right.
there's no natural light left.
Mm-hmm.
This was a spur of the moment kind of thing. I think this is when the camera guy has his meltdown in the shower.
Okay.
While his
Okay.
girlfriend is asleep.
Uh-huh.
And
And then
he
he
decides,
bails.
yeah, he says, fuck it. And I think he essentially says, if she wants him, she can have him.
Yeah.
And he's planning on leaving with the van and everything. So
Yeah. best
let them
of
find
luck
their own way
making the
home.
movie without me or the van guy.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. He
Yeah.
throws a hissy fit,
Yeah. And then he finds Pearl.
Pearl has been
Uh,
found.
right in the middle of the path that he was driving on. And oh.
Once again, playing on the pity.
Yeah. She just seems lost and out of it. This is where I can mention that on the radio is playing Blue Oyster Cult's "Don't Fear the Reaper," which is just so perfect for so many different reasons.
Always a favorite for horror movies.
Yeah, and well, I'll get to that in a second. But he's trying to help her out.
Yeah.
He's
Get her back into the house or something.
yeah, and then she just wants some strange. She doesn't care who it is that gives it to her. She just wants some physical attention, and he's turned
I'm
off.
gonna have
by
to get
that.
the duct tape first. Do a little kind of liposuction shit here.
Yeah. I'm trying to think how she overtakes him, because she does.
I remember very distinctly.
Okay.
Once again, she's coming on to him,
Mm-hmm.
and he.
Hold that thought. She's coming on to him. She's loving life and coming on to her new best friend.
It's Pearl. She's cutting the lines.
She's coming on to him. That's the last
Yes.
thing we heard from you.
Okay. He rejects her. And that's what anyone would do, unless that's your fetish. We're not going to talk about it. Because he rejects her, you can kind of see from the beginning of us seeing Pearl, you can kind of see, if you're looking close, she's got one arm behind her back. So when she whips out this knife, I guess, and just straight to the neck. That's how she overtakes him, because he's coughing up blood and he falls to the ground.
And she's just so calm and collected about it. She's just like, oh, well, here you go, take this.
Yep. She's kind of upset, really. She's been rejected, so it's like,
Yeah. And now during this murder scene is the guitar solo for Don't Fear the Reaper. And I've never thought of a guitar solo so aptly used for a
violent
specific scene. Yeah, it was just like, wow, this really fits this scene very nicely.
Yeah.
That I never thought that a guitar solo would fit like a fucking thrashing like this. But
I mean, as someone who has listened to Don't Fear the Reaper, the original, and so many covers, willingly, of course, over a long time, watching the scene for the first time, as you say, I was like, okay, wow, this is a new level. Wow, okay, well done.
Thank you for adding that new angle to this song for me. I appreciate that. Oh, frozen again. Let it go. Let it go. Yeah, so Pearl is just
perforating.
This dude doesn't have much time. He's losing blood rapidly.
Quickly.
Yeah.
And actually, this took someone else pointing this out. I didn't notice it when I first watched it, but she actually actively decapitates him. So he's missing his head by the end of this. for
Is
the
that a
most part.
fact?
Yeah. Like I said, I didn't notice. I thought she was just using him as a pincushion, essentially.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, because she
I
just
guess just repeatedly
yeah,
for whatever strength she has.
thrashing. And again, going back to the artistic nature of this film, um, red is a color that's used for very many reasons in film, and they don't shoehorn it. They they make it they make the scene bathed in red
Yeah.
because you know the the dude's getting stabbed and his blood is hitting the headlights, so the headlights are stained with his blood, and they're now projecting this red light on her, and she's just on cloud nine, and
Reliving her dancing days.
yeah, it's it's like something out of Suspiria. It's so
It's funny
perfect.
you should mention that.
Funny
Uh,
haha or
funny, interesting. If you find it funny, then. Because the actress who plays Maxine and Pearl was in the remake of Suspiria.
I think. Did you tell me that? I
I don't
think I've
think
heard that
so.
before.
I
Where
don't
have
think
I
I
heard
told
that?
you. You might have picked it up somewhere. I don't know. But I thought that she looked familiar, and then someone had written that, and I was like, oh fuck, that's why.
Yeah,
Got it. Okay.
that is
So
information.
the dancing is kind of a callback.
Yeah, that is information that isn't completely foreign to me. So maybe I did hear that somewhere, whoever it was from.
It wasn't.
Hmm.
But
Well, so be it.
the blood on the headlight as well. I thought I picked up a little bit on Evil Dead with that.
Sure.
Maybe it was intentional, maybe it wasn't, but I was like, I remember that with the light bulb and the.
Oh, right. Right.
Yeah, but well, in the first and the second one, technically.
That's true.
Yeah.
Regardless, it's just, it's not a cheap way, like, having somebody in a scene where everything is red, you're meant to establish certain emotions with the scene, but when it's done pseudo naturally like that, I give the film so much more credit rather than just saying we'll just fucking put a red filter on and film whatever.
Yeah, like you say, it's not shoehorned.
Yeah.
So it comes across better.
Yeah, technically speaking, this movie is quite impressive. I mean, we've glazed over it, but there's been so many shots where you literally see the exact angle from Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the angle from the back where they're looking to the front door. There's the Psycho angle where they're looking down the stairs. There's an angle where it's very Shining-ish, where somebody chops through a door, and it's just like, "Hi,
Hi.
I know what this is."
Hi, Jack. Well, you also to add to that, the motion of fingers being cut in that same scene, because that's what Wendy did.
Oh,
she cut his hand, but same idea.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch it again, because there's got to be more too. I bet there's like 5 or 6 homages.
I think it has a lot of rewatchability for layers. So yeah, that's always a good sign when you can watch a movie again and pick up on something you didn't notice.
Yeah. So I'm trying to our man, the filmmaker,
Our man's is dead.
he's dead.
And if you think about it, before I forget, the first person who's killed is a guy and the only one who didn't have sex. So they did something different with that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Very good pull. That is a very good pull.
He's not even blonde. So see, sometimes it actually does pay to have sex. You decide. I don't know.
That, or it doesn't pay to be a possessive piece of shit, fucking insecure boyfriend.
I say both apply. Yes. Yes. Don't be possessive. Don't be an asshole. Be more secure.
Listen, we're all separate people, and if you're gonna introduce your girlfriend to the world of fuck, she might have a good time. She might want to partake.
Clearly, she wasn't planning on leaving him either, but he assumed she would.
And she said something like that too. She was like, "I don't want him to be mad at me."
Yeah. After I don't know what exactly it is. She might have just woken up on her own, but that's essentially what we jump to after RJ's slaughtering. is her waking up going, wait, where is he?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right. So at this point, what are you feeling as far as the movie is concerned? Like how?
Wow. Just observing. I know a lot of people at that point were like, "Oh God, it's hard to shock me in that way." So I was just observing this, kind of taking it in, going, "Okay, interesting. Okay, let's see where we go from here." Because this is where people are going to start getting knocked off. Clearly.
Yeah.
So how's it going to be done? By who? Why? So it was just okay. Next,
my memory gets jarbled a little bit for the next couple of bit, because I do know somebody ends up downstairs in the old folks' home, and I don't remember who, how. I think it's
Lorraine
RJ.
wakes up. Lorraine wakes up, realizes that her boyfriend isn't there. Now suddenly I have a tan. Thank you. Realizes he's not there, gets concerned, gets the director or guy with the money, Matthew McConaughey lookalike.
The EP, the executive producer. Yeah.
It gets his attention, I guess, and they both start looking for him, despite the fact that he's like, no, relax. He's probably just walking around somewhere, getting a clear head.
Yeah.
Well, he's got his head clear off his shoulders.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, mission. It's succeeded. So she wanders towards the house, and Harold, his attention is brought to the situation. I assume. And Lorraine kind of explains, I'm looking for my boyfriend. I don't know where he went. And I think Harold says, well, have you seen my wife? And she says no. So they're both looking for their significant others, essentially. So grandma's somewhere out in the woods.
Yeah. Yeah, grandma's out there, and then I think they start a search party of sorts. And at this point, do you think that Grandpa is
part of it?
Do you think that he's helping the search party, or he's helping Pearl at this point?
I was highly suspicious as soon as he stepped out that goddamn door.
Okay.
So I was trying to figure out, okay, we have some options here. Is he concerned about his wife? Is he concerned about his wife because she could be hurting people? So he's also concerned about them. Or is he trying to help her get her body count up? So I was trying to figure that out. At first, I was more inclined to think that he knows what's up with her. He knows her tendencies, so he's trying to help them.
Hmm. There are a couple of things that counteract a lot of different things. Like
Yeah.
if he's just trying to help her and make sure that she's safe and doesn't get hurt, why does he follow through and kill the leftovers? Like that was the
Yeah.
thing where it was just like, mm,
When he starts, as soon as he started, killing, then I was like, yeah, okay, cool, great. Grandpa's in on it. Fuck. So when he sends Lorraine down into the cellar, the basement, whatever you want to call it,
hmm,
to get the flashlight, I I I figured he was going to do something. He either right here he was going to kill her, or like he did, he locks her in there. And I thought, okay, maybe that's to protect her. But I think it turned out more like protect isn't the right word.
I I think she is Pearl's trophy.
Yeah, I think he assumed that she was the one that Pearl wanted.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Because Pearl even said something like that, like, "Oh,
yeah. Oh, that's yeah, something to the effect of, well, she wasn't the right one.
yeah, yeah. You know I don't like blondes."
She's not
That
even
that
blonde.
well, that's when she they took care of
Yeah,
the first one. You know I don't like blondes.
and everyone has preferences.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And of course, that's about this time is where Lorraine finds, how should we say, a previous victim, prisoner, whom actually we saw a picture of this person on the milk carton that Mr. Holes was drinking from.
Oh yeah, not a part of their group,
No,
right?
no, this
Yeah,
this is someone from who knows how long ago who
yeah.
was here
His
before.
body has shown some time.
Wear and tear.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And I guess that could be perceived as another nod to Psycho, body in the basement,
Mm-hmm.
who's discovered by someone else who then screams her ass off.
Which then leads me to believe, are they really off their rocker?
Not as much if they're planning this shit, holy god. I think they've been taking their vitamins and their medication, and they know exactly what they're doing.
They're straight as an arrow. They know
Yes.
exactly what the hell they're doing.
I think they may not be 100% there, so to speak, but they clearly have a way of going about things because they've done this more than once.
Mm-hmm.
And at least Pearl has some notion of what she wants, and Harold helps for
Right.
her sake. They play on the whole old senile couple thing, I'm sure, as a bait kind of thing.
What part is it that Pearl gets? What's the old man's name?
Harold, I'm assuming, something with
Harold,
an H.
where he finally risks Hart.
Um, we get in there.
Okay, all right.
We get in
Well,
there.
go ahead. Take the ball.
A few more
You
people
can.
need to be.
Yeah, you can run us through this. Go ahead. Whenever you come back. So, go ahead. The ball is yours.
Uh,
She finds old whatever, an old victim, and
yeah.
from there, what?
Lorraine has a better idea of something's up,
Hmm.
obviously, but she can't do shit about it. She's locked in there. Uh, Everybody else is.
They are. Everybody
Internet
else
gods-
is
Internet
everybody else is
gods
what?
willing.
Whoa. Everybody else
Yes.
is what?
Everybody else is still asleep except for Moneybags,
Yeah.
who
The
goes out
EP.
into the barn looking
Mhm.
for
Oh
guy.
man.
Yes. And
Yeah.
listen, as soon as I saw the nail, I went, "Oh, we're gonna Home Alone this. Okay, great."
Home Alone. That's exactly what I thought. I said, all
And
right, we're
he's
gonna
barefoot, too.
homage.
Cross your feet. Cross your feet. Okay. So wounding. I don't know if that was planned exactly, like on Pearl's part or anything. I don't know if that was planned.
Yeah, like get the micro machines too if you're gonna
Yeah, throw
do
some
it.
Legos.
Go full bore if you're gonna.
I mean,
you
really,
know.
just like broken glass. Poor man in his briefs didn't stand a chance. The cows witnessed the whole thing. So yeah, Nail takes him down. Pearl seems to have a system. Wound, then we take them out.
Yeah, make them weaker. Yeah.
You know, hobble them. So Nail through the foot with him, and he notices movements in front of those weird holes in the wall.
Mm-hmm.
So being a dumbass, gets closer, puts his eye right up there, and Pearl's on the other side with a pitchfork.
Yeah.
Yay!
And that's what the holes are from.
I guess so.
The fucking the four things in the pitchfork, and they go right through the holes. And my man loses his eyes.
Yeah.
Oh.
So he's down for the count. Pearl comes in and makes sure by stabbing him again. Then I mean, she's an old woman. She can't move that body, so we're just gonna use some hay. It's fine.
Just rub some dirt on it. We're done with you.
She didn't even try with him. Fuck you. Get out. So, let's see. I think at about the same time, Harold shows up at the barn, seeking help to find his wife. And that's where
And the Vietnam vet is there. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for the shadow casting on that one. Thank you very much. I didn't see this. This is me. I didn't even notice once they pulled back and showed the full door frame. I didn't even notice right away. Then it was, oh, hello, yes. Oh, you should get some pants on before you go wandering through the wilderness, sir. Some might grab onto that if you catch my drift. Snapping turtles, don't do that.
Like, why is that guy holding a bat between? Oh,
yes. Oh, look, he's already armed. So let me get this straight. You're asking him to help you find your wife?
Yeah. And you're not noticing that fucking python between his legs in the meantime?
Careful, there are snakes out here, apparently. Oh, I see you already know. Listen, everybody with maybe one exception seems to be very blessed.
Mm-hmm.
We'll say that. Anyway.
Now,
did he volunteer to do
that?
that?
Movie business.
Did he? Or was that a requirement in the script? Either way. I'm not upset. I'll just say I'm not upset.
Yeah.
It could be worse.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad for people who enjoy penis that was there, because
we don't have enough of that in horror.
We don't. We really don't. I mean, it's, I'm all set without it. It's not gonna ruin my weekend because I saw a fucking penis, but if that does for somebody what me seeing Jamie Lee Curtis in Trading Places,
we got to set up sexual awakenings for those who come after.
Yeah.
No pun intended. We gotta have some. Okay, not everybody can have Jamie Lee Curtis as a sexual awakening. All right.
Yeah.
We gotta have
it's
some
that
diversity.
Simple.
God damn.
Either get rid of it or make it for everybody. That's what the way it should be.
Equal opportunity. God damn.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I've of the many things I have censored in my reviews on my channel, dick has been the least.
Yeah. Flesh for everyone.
Flesh for everybody. Hashtag flesh for all. Yes. Get that trending. God damn it. Anyway, distraction.
Off to a flesh start.
Uh,
All right. I'm
Hannibal
done
Lecter,
trying.
line 1.
I'm done trying.
I doubt that. So those two go off into the more swampy area looking for Pearl.
Oh yeah.
And okay, listen, I don't care where the fuck you train. You want the flashlight. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You want the fucking flashlight. Maybe he's just assuming that the wildlife will be scared off. As I was saying, maybe wildlife will be deflected by what he's packing.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I mean, it could hold a fight of its own. It's possible.
no. So they split off. Always a good idea. And look around. This is where we get another Psycho homage with the partially submerged
the
people.
car in the water. Yeah,
That's the one where it's like, oh, okay, there's the Psycho.
it's the
Got it.
same car too. I think it's
No, I don't think so. I could be wrong. I'm not good with car breeds. I thought it was a Beetle here.
It was a Beetle here.
But
oh yeah, it's a sedan in Psycho.
Marion had something else. It wasn't a Beetle.
No, you're
but
right.
Something
you're
else.
right. You're right.
With a hell of a trunk.
Yep. No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
I don't know if there was any sort of nod with the license plate or not. Someone look into that.
Oh shit.
But I know that the car itself being partially submerged.
The
in a marsh.
way it was in the water too. It's just like, hi, Psycho.
And I that also contributes to the whole concept of they've done this before.
Mm-hmm.
That you listen all the way back here. Why the fuck would the car be there?
Yeah, that's why. Like, there's moments where it's either gappy filmmaking, which I really hope it isn't, or these old people are playing possum. Like, they are sharp as arrows. They know what the fuck they're doing.
I think they're sharper than what we're led to believe.
Mm-hmm.
So, and like I said, I think they play into that.
Mm-hmm.
So, maybe not as much as we might think, but they exploit it. So, there's a red herring moment where our dude thinks that Harold has gotten submerged in the swamp because the flashlight's in there, and I thought, here come the gator. Shit, but no, gator does not kill the man. It's Harold with his unloaded shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
Now, personally, I think it was a bit racist of him. I think he was a little bit racist from the start, really. But never trust a man who only has one tooth in the middle of his mouth. Never trust that.
Wait, did we say how the blonde died? Because I'm pretty sure she's
blonde
dead.
didn't die.
She's still alive.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm gonna say yes with confidence.
Okay.
She's the second to last.
Yeah.
Technically. Anyway.
Yeah. Somebody with a car's last.
Yeah. Yeah. But shotgun to the chest, not a good thing.
Oh.
So yeah.
Yeah, and he goes flying.
Yeah, pretty much. So he's down.
Yeah.
Shit. Which means that we only have 3 ladies left, technically. So,
and one of them's Pearl.
Two oblivious women. We'll say that.
Yeah.
So Maxine and blonde woman, I believe, are still asleep. So they're still not aware of the situation. I don't
Mhm.
know how you could sleep when a shotgun has gone off.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
perhaps I'm remembering correctly. Either way, this is where Pearl slips in and shares the bed with Maxine for a bit.
Oh yeah. That creeped
So
me
yeah,
out, that scene.
as it well should.
Yeah.
Dear God, this is way way worse than waking up to a drunken one night stand, my friend.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
horrifying. It's
Yeah.
Granny with
It's
her Pampers isn't here.
very unwelcome, like gentle touches and just
Yeah,
oh
gentle
mm,
touches from the Crypt Keeper.
yeah. Don't fear the
And
Reaper.
she's still got blood on her hands and all this shit. Literally,
She's smearing the
yeah.
woman's friend all over her. Just
Yeah, nice, thank you. I don't. I agree with callback once again to Zavid. I agree with him. How do you not wake up even from that apparently light touch?
mm,
You gotta listen. I am not a heavy sleeper. I will notice when someone is at my goddamn door and my door is down a flight of stairs.
hmm yeah. I usually tend to, if something's going on around me, and I have nothing to do with it, I tend to notice. Um, but that's not to say that, if I fall asleep with a bowl of cereal in my lap, um, I'm spilling milk. That's that's happening. But if somebody, I said, there's times where I've fallen asleep with a bowl of cereal in my lap. Doesn't mean I'm not spilling milk, but
Oh yeah.
if somebody tries taking the spoon from me, that wakes me up.
Well, fair. No, I was kind of saying, well, Maxine does coke, so
Oh, that's right, right,
maybe.
right.
All right. I
And what
mean,
a time to do coke too. Like, what the fuck?
several shots of tequila, and I don't know. I don't know about coke, but again, it was the late set.
Yeah.
So she doesn't wake up from that right away. It takes quite a while, which prolongs the whole vibe of the whole scene. At some point, she does wake up. She does see Pearl there, and screams. And
Yeah.
that's what wakes up the blonde, sends Pearl on her way,
Yeah,
scaring the blonde.
and then Pearl just kind of like shimmies out, just like
pull the gown back up and leave.
just scurries away.
I don't know, but it's shuffle maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe waddle. I don't know. So both women are now up. Maxine is rightfully freaking the fuck out. Full body scrub at that point. Again, valid. Get the rubbing alcohol. Yep. And I guess I'm assuming, once again, trying to remember correctly, this is where the blonde heads out trying to find her semi-boyfriend.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, her sometimes infrequent boyfriend.
Uh-huh.
And she finds Pearl instead, naked. That's what it is. Pearl did not retrieve her
naked.
gown. She was naked on the docks at the marsh. So,
Uh-huh.
being the as she, I believe, put it, she had been training to be a nurse at some point. So automatic, let me help this old confused woman out before she drowns or something.
Right until the very end, the women were nice to Pearl, with
Trying.
trying to be helpful.
Yeah, even after being bitch slapped by her.
Yeah.
SNES. Yeah. So she gets shoved essentially into the jaws of a gator. So That's unfortunate. However, if you pay close attention to the very beginning when they're leaving the strip joint, there is the mural of a blonde woman who is being attacked in a very cutesy, cartoonish way by an alligator.
Is that a fact? This
There are
movie
hints.
impresses me more and more the more I hear shit.
Yeah, I didn't fucking pick up on it first
I
time.
wouldn't.
So.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. That's
But then I was like, oh fuck.
that's Edgar Wright shit right there.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
There are hints to each one of their deaths, technically. So
Really?
I can't really. Oh, for as Corey said, Jackson is the veteran's name. He at some point after they've gotten into the barn, and they're talking to Harold, he says something to the effect of, "Yeah, I'm a veteran too. I've had more farmers pointing shotguns at me than I can tell you, essentially." And that's exactly what happens to him. So there's little nods here and there. So the director or financier even says while talking to RJ, people's eyes are going to pop out of their skulls when they see this.
Oh man.
So
I
there's
really need to watch
things.
this again and pay attention to just about everything.
See, there's little things that you can pick
Wow.
up on after you've watched it once or twice. There's still shit to see, I guess.
That's
So.
wild. See, that stuff like that is, yeah. I'd rather that.
I appreciate stuff like that.
Yeah, I know people would rather gore and nudity and stuff like that. I get it. I can understand, but I like it when, you know,
There's intelligence, damn it.
yeah, when there's story, when there's visuals, when there's a movie behind the movie. It's nice.
Yeah. There's things that are put in with thought behind them.
Yeah, it makes me want to go back and watch it again.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like a stupid, brainless fucking horror
sure.
film.
Sure. There's just times where you know, you'd like you know, sometimes you want that greasy burger, sometimes you'd like a steak.
Yeah. Mention intelligence and it cuts out. Thanks. And also as a side note, Aaron, yeah, my brother's the same way. He claims to be a light sleeper. He's not. Anyway, so that's everybody has different levels of sleep. I guess I just don't frequent the REM sleep as much as everyone else.
Oh, tell me about it.
So it's possible, yes. I'm not saying it's impossible that Maxine would continue to sleep through that. Just, you know, with my experience, it'd be like, oh, fuck no. I am not afraid to punch an old woman, I swear to God.
And we're down to 2, I think, at this stage, right? Are you frozen? Am I frozen?
I
think you're frozen. We're down to 2 at this point, right? It's just
it's the last 2.
It's Maxine and
Lorraine. I think.
Yes. Oh wait, Lorraine's
in the basement. Maxine's the one wearing the overalls and nothing else.
Oh right, wait.
Yes, but Lorraine is the one who is locked in the basement. So at possibly this point, chronological order, I don't know her. She finds the hatchet, I think, and this is where she we get the reenactment, as it were, of The Shining.
Oh, Shining, yeah, yes.
So, and that's where we got the cutting of the fingers and shit. Even possibly, I can't say for certain, cutting off of some fingers. Not sure, either way. See, this once again, it's a situation where you're reaching in, you can't really see, and you're over here going, fucking move. Fucking move. Do it quick or don't do it at all. Shit. So, unsuccessful with unlocking the door, clearly. Mm-hmm. That might have happened at some point, maybe a little bit earlier than this, but still, you get the idea. Right. So Maxine's still in the barn. That's what it is, I believe. She's already been freaked out by Pearl. So I'm trying to remember what exactly happens
Quite a
leading up
bit.
to the point, where she ends up hiding under the bed when Pearl and Harold come in.
Oh. Oh yeah, we
yeah.
forgot to mention them fucking.
Oh yes, please.
Oh yeah, they had a moment where I guess his heart was okay for a little bit, and
For a moment.
for a wee bit,
Was it worth it, Harold?
and
Was it?
and I again the imitation, the mirrors, the self-referential treatment, the way that Pearl is just so over the top with her pleasure, and the amount of screaming that she's doing, and the amount of she's just Harold, and it's just like,
I've never wanted to hear an old woman speak, much less moan the words "fuck me." So thanks for that. That's another one we're going to add to the scored file.
Right off the bucket list. We got that one covered.
Now, so you got to watch out for the people who are really enjoying that scene. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Hey,
Don't trust
fetishes are fetishes.
Sure, keep it over there.
But
Mhm.
I think it's neat that they. I mean, it could be a coincidence, but the fact that the way that she is acting is very similar to Blondie in the beginning. It just feels like, yeah, they're winking. They know what they're doing here.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. You know, they're clearly very hard with this film. So, credit to Maxine though. She said, "Fuck this," and crawled her ass out of there while they were thoroughly distracted.
Yeah. Yeah. Just being old and
See, kids, love ain't dead even after the age of 102.
Yeah. I want to know how much lube was used, because holy shit.
Something had to have been used, I swear to God, because between them both, powder.
Yeah, dust. Just fucking
absolute dust.
Sandpaper amongst one another, just starting a fire.
Listen, when they said friction, no. The nightmares.
So yeah, so Maxine gets out.
Yes, and she ends up hauling ass to the house, and that's where she finds Lorraine, because she's screaming her head off, which is always good if you don't want to attract attention.
Yeah.
So no.
Rule number one.
Rule number one.
Scream.
Quiet. Shh. I don't care if you're in pain, bleeding out, traumatized for life.
Yeah.
Be quiet.
Do you want to live, or do you?
After that, but Maxine gets Lorraine out finally. Lorraine chooses this time to be accusatory, and bless Maxine, essentially saying if she hadn't agreed to go along with these people, none of this would have happened, which fair. But now's not the time.
Right.
That was not the time.
Are they in the van at this point?
Not yet.
Not yet.
No.
All right.
Because Lorraine makes a break for it, essentially saying "fuck you" to Maxine, and as she's heading out the door, she gets her head blown off by Harold, or at least mostly blown off.
Chekhov's. Oh yeah, and they really good.
Good
That's
practical effects.
some really good practical effects there
Yeah.
because, you know, that's a that's a it's not an incomplete skull, but
It's missing some important
it's
parts.
damaged.
Yeah, that's that. It's one of
There's
those you
some
would find in the execution museum. You know.
yeah, there's some pieces missing.
Yeah, that's it's not a good thing.
And I mean for gore it looked fantastic.
There is plenty of good realistic gore here. I mean, fuck, in the first act, you see it.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean shit it for the sake to keep gorehounds happy, you get a cow getting shoveled
get
just for
off the road.
just for the sake of here, hang on. Here's some gore, just sit tight. We're gonna be a little bit. We're
There's
gonna
I hate to. This is gonna sound like I'm really trying to boost someone else. I'm not. I swear. Even though I do recommend his content if you like reactors. Zayfid. Well, he was watching this for the very first time. I knew what was coming because I had seen X, and then I watched his reaction. So it gets to this part where they're showing the cows, just the cows. You don't know what's happening yet. It's just the cows in this pasture area. And he goes, "Oh, I love cows." And I go,
oh
"I've got some bad news for you." And I left a comment saying something to that effect, you know.
a comment to the effect of what?
Yeah, using the side eye emoji kind of thing, that like grimacing and then the side eye, and he had responded saying, "Yeah, they did me dirty on that one." Yeah,
Yeah.
no one is safe here.
Yeah,
But
tease.
anyway,
Damn tease with the meat.
well, if you listen, if you're a vegan, look away now. This is your warning.
And then after the
He's dragging her inside, so that's what the blood streak that we saw in the beginning was.
right.
And something in blood. The body expels some blood essentially, and that scares him, and that's when he has a heart attack. And
Oh, that's right.
falls back.
He just natural causes.
Yes, they're essentially natural causes. Yeah, what the
just-
fuck?
just out. Just
Yep. Yeah, well, and while Pearl is there like freaking out over him, that's when Maxine turns the corner. She had gotten the gun.
And she asked for
From the
help
van.
too. She's like,
Yes.
help him, help.
She has the audacity to say he's having a heart attack, and bless Maxine because she goes, "I don't give a fuck." Same. All right. Yes. Point the gun. Shoot. Let's go. Unfortunately, this is the gun that isn't loaded.
Yeah. Yeah.
What the fuck? You live in Texas.
I love that she's like, where are the keys? I need the keys.
Yes. Where
And
the
at this point,
fucking
Pearl's
keys?
just like, they're fucking just there.
Yeah.
Just fucking whatever.
This is where Pearl doesn't care, I guess.
Yeah. And foolishly so.
Yeah, well. So, Maxine gets the keys, but with you have this lethargic, perhaps, confrontation between Pearl and Maxine.
Yeah. That's one way
where-
to put it. Lethargic.
Yeah. Essentially saying, "You're gonna end up like me," is what Pearl is saying. You're gonna end up like me.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mhm.
that's you see there's even some inner monologue earlier in the film where Maxine's like, "I'm not gonna end up like them."
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's that kind of confrontation. She goes to fire the gun. It's not loaded.
Never mind
Shit.
the irony that it's the same actress playing both people. but-
Exactly. Yeah. So that brings a whole new meaning to mirror effect. Hello. So I guess Pearl takes us to her advantage and uses the shotgun Unfortunately, she has no center of gravity
Yeah,
and no
she
weight.
blows herself fucking
Yeah, she
backwards.
misses Maxine because Maxine ducks, and she blows her ass out the front door. Which I mean, that was rather amusing. I'm not gonna lie.
Like she was yanked with a bungee cord or some
A
shit.
strong wind blew her out of the house. She didn't know about that kickback. So Maxine, ironically, once again, call back to something that Harold had said, worrying about, I'm worried my wife will break her hip or something. She breaks her hip. I'm assuming upon impact.
Oh, really?
So she can't
I
get
didn't
up.
pick up on that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's always the joke with the older people.
There's
You're gonna break your hip.
something that happens very soonly thereafter. Oh, it's just like,
Yeah.
whoa. Yeah. Whoa.
Maxine takes this moment essentially to just loom over her, and she pulls one of these like, it'll be our secret, because that's what Pearl had said earlier.
Yeah.
So that's where she gets in the van.
Yeah, she gets in the van and backs up. Make sure she gets the roadkill, which in this instance is Pearl and her fucking skull.
Yep.
Oh.
Well, we already know she's brittle. Can't be too hard.
Yeah, she fucking does a donut right off of Pearl's head and just bails out. And then we're caught up to what ends up being the beginning, where
essentially,
where the police are like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, Max. Well, there's, I think it's while the police are there, there's that moment on the TV with the evangelist.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And you find out that the daughter of the televangelist is what's her face?
Maxine.
Maxine herself.
I don't think that's what they called her. What he called her.
Yeah.
But she goes by Maxine.
Yeah. And it just adds this little extra layer, like, oh.
Ooh.
Oh.
See, that's what happens when you get to be overly religious with your children. To go into porn, I guess, and murder old ladies. Not without reason, though.
Like there's so many different avenues you can approach. Like, I mean, the old people are just nonstop watching that shit, and maybe that's contaminating their brain. Although she's a little bit of a hussy.
Yeah.
That
she's
Pearl.
Active.
Yeah. Yeah, she wants to get down with the get down.
Hey, if Harold cannot provide, apparently she will go elsewhere. Or try.
And he's kind of okay with it too, if I recall correctly.
Well, I mean, they had a guy chained up half naked in the basement. So, at least somewhat. Yeah. Whatever makes Pearl happy, I guess.
And what were your thoughts for the third act as we went from poor cinematographer crying to everything else?
To some cleanup. Once again, Texas law officials are going, what the fuck? Oh yeah, and they found the video, the camera, by the way. That's how they end that. Like some sort of fucked up horror movie, I guess is what he says.
Apparently there's a prequel in the works that was
they started
shot
filming immediately after.
Yeah.
I believe.
So I'm intrigued.
It's all about Pearl.
Oh, is it going to take place even further in the past? That'd be neat.
It could be. It could be. I think the whole idea is that it'll be showing Pearl's backstory. So I don't know how far they're going to go with that. But I'm assuming when she's younger, that's a wide threshold. But,
That'd be interesting It'd be well, you know what? It'd be interesting if she's like prim and proper and to herself,
Yeah.
and
To
that's why she like wants this escapism because I had the chance to to cock it up and I was too busy being a good schoolgirl.
I was gonna say, to go along with your thoughts, it'd be kind of interesting perhaps if she was like Lorraine,
Mm.
kind of, sort of,
Yeah.
in an
Yeah.
indirect parallel sort of
Sure.
way.
Sure.
It's a thought.
No,
Someone contact me.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
He also said there will be a sequel, Corey says.
Hmm.
All right. All right. Don't spread yourself too thin. You got a really good
Don't
idea
get too
there.
excited.
Yeah.
Don't pull an Ari Aster. Come on.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah. And not since I mean I really liked Censor from a year
Yeah.
or two ago. I thought that was unique and different. They're not on the same wavelength, the two movies.
No, different ideas, but they're both. I hesitate to say period pieces because that's usually
Yeah, 80s and 70s, sure. Yeah.
yeah. So it's specific times and
Mhm.
incorporating that into the story. So yeah, I like Censor.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool.
Where would you put X? Like what how strong is it to you? What is its company as far as you're concerned? Like if you had a collection of movies that, you had to watch with a similar mood, where
But I need some antidepressants first. I would say that it would be comfortable with the slasher genre.
Mhm.
It'll be a surprise
Mhm.
if you're used to, and I don't say this, looking down on them, but if you're used to Friday the 13th
of
and
course.
Michael Myers and all that, it's going to
Of
be different.
course.
But
It's heavier. There's
oh, yeah.
more to it.
Psychological, it would even probably go very well in the category or categories of like A24 film. So
Yeah.
what would be called elevated horror, I suppose.
I think it would be comfortable in a double bill with, say, It Follows. It Follows technically is a slasher, technically.
Creature slasher-ish.
Yeah, little pretentious, but I think that they live in the same neighborhood, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. If we want to be real specific, I guess. I say A24, but I would say even Midsommar, because there are some similar themes here and there with it. And again, not shy with the gore.
Yeah.
So
Or the nudity.
or the nudity, clearly.
Oh my God, Midsommar.
All the kind of
everybody was nude in Midsommar. It was so anti-Hollywood. Like, you don't have to be attractive. Just take your clothes off.
Yeah. What's that? In shape? No. Past the age of menopause? Sure.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. No. Size 2. Get out. Get out of the shot. We don't need you in this. Give me that size 14. We want the size 14 in the shot.
Are your tits at your heels? Yes? Come in. Get in line. Go ahead. This is a very, very serious ritual going on here. Yeah. There's a guy wearing tassels who opened the door here, first of all. And not in the way you would think. Take that as you will.
So I don't know about you, but as far as I'm concerned, thus far, I mean, we're only a third of the way through the year, but this is my favorite horror movie of 2022.
That's what quite a few people have been saying, and I can see that. I'm just if you take a look at my letterbox, clearly I am very, very, very withheld with my likes and 5 stars and all that shit.
Sure,
But
as you should be.
I'm picky. Clearly, I have very specific taste. But I think X is very good. The more you look at it, the more you appreciate it. The more you look into it, the more you see, literally
Hey,
and figuratively.
I didn't know I wasn't following you. I'm sorry.
What? Oh,
That's bad. Yeah, this year. What do we got this year? X Psycho 2. Do you have a list? Do you have a list
It's
for
all right,
2022?
yeah. What?
What? Huh?
Huh? Something about 2022? Who said what?
Yeah. Do you
I
have
was
just 2022 releases?
Yes.
Is that on a list?
It's currently it's on a private list because
Oh.
I like to rank
Private.
them. Yes, I like to do a. I'm trying to get into the habit of doing like a end of the year ranking
Yeah.
for what I've seen. Those are very popular.
That's
I've
it.
only seen 3. I've only seen 3 horror movies from this year. That being X, Fresh, and Studio 666.
What did you think of Studio 666? Because I haven't seen it.
Let me put it this way. I'm going to preface this by saying that the first time that I watched it was the day before the passing of the drummer. So
Oh, wow.
it hurt a little bit.
Yeah.
Especially since I'm a Foo Fighters fan
Yeah.
way before this. So that So
Yeah.
it had that extra layer for me.
Oh.
I liked it. I'm not just saying this biased Foo Fighters fan,
Mm-hmm.
It's fun. It's a fun film. There's quite a bit of gore there too.
Mm-hmm.
It's clearly coming from people who are enjoying themselves and have an appreciation for horror.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not a Foo Fighters person, if you don't know much about them, I think you still will enjoy it.
Yeah.
There are some winks in there. There's quite a few winks and nods.
Okay.
John Carpenter's in there briefly.
That's awesome.
He's the sound mixer. So he's in there, and I thought, fuck, I see you. There's another cameo in there that I don't necessarily want to review because I think it's funny as hell.
Okay.
But Dave Grohl, lead singer and whatnot of Foo Fighters.
Yep.
He starts kind of doing a cover of a very famous, popular song. And right in the middle of it, the creator of said song appears and says, "Knock it off. That's my song. I like that song. Cut it out. Get your own shit." It's just funny. You'll probably laugh when you see it. But there's also a cameo from someone else whom I'm sure, unfortunately, not very many people know. But I know from Tabletop, LA by Night roleplay game.
Oh, okay.
Alexander Ward is his name. And you've seen him, but he's a creature actor, typically. So you've seen him in, say, Annabelle Comes Home. He played the devil.
Oh.
You've seen him in a lot of other things.
Oh.
But he's usually under a lot of makeup. In this, he appears. He's not wearing a whole hell of a lot of makeup. So it was fun. I had forgotten he was in it. So when he showed up, I was like, oh, shit. But it's a fun movie. It's not the best, but it's fun. And it has a very cool kill involving a chainsaw. So there's that. That's hard to do. A unique kill with a chainsaw. That's hard to do.
Unique. Yeah.
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 So, and all the band members play their respective parts in this. And again, Dave Grohl is clearly having a ball. So
Sure. Sure. It's got to be great to have enough money where you can just fuck around and have
hey, you want to
fun.
make a horror movie? Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
That's got to be awesome.
Yeah.
I have Fresh at 2.5 stars. What did you give Fresh?
I don't know. I don't know if I've actually rated it yet. I like to mull it over for a while. I don't rate
Okay.
things right away, typically, unless they're shit or I just really like them. Either way, one of the two.
Yeah, I remember
Fresh,
watching and just being like,
Fresh is interesting. If you're going into it expecting cannibalism, you're gonna be happy with it. There's again
put that
gore
on
in
the
that.
poster.
Yes, if you want cannibalism, we
You're gonna
got
be
it.
happy. Boy, have we got the film for you. Are you there? Are you back?
Corey, I think you might be right. I think so. I think she might have been one of the band members that got from the previous band.
Jenna
that stayed with
Ortega's
us.
in Studio 666.
I think so, maybe.
Fourth
might be right
Floor
on that.
Down says a must-see for all fans of cannibalism.
I mean, it fits the bill. It does.
Yeah, I mean, there's people eating people. Sure.
Yeah. Realistic gore in that too. Again, practical effects, very nice. I'll put it this way. I was writing a review for it at one point. I have not finished it yet. What a surprise. But one of the things that I mentioned was, as someone, this is something that I caught on to immediately that made me go, this by a woman. Because as someone who has been, will probably be in the dating circle, especially on apps, everything that we're shown that the main actress goes through, I'm like, yeah. Yeah, all of this, yeah. Minus the cannibal, but still, I think it's more. Men can still watch it, obviously, but I think it's angled more towards women because it plays heavily on fears of single women who are trying to date. I think that's primarily where it goes with it.
Okay.
Again, do I think it's great? No. But it was entertaining and it was interesting to me. So I was curious to see where things would go. Sebastian Stan plays a good psycho.
Yes.
So
Yes,
yeah,
indeed.
there's that. I appreciate her best friend though. Her best friend that tries to figure shit out. Bless her.
Okay, so is there something that's coming out in 2022 that you think could possibly dethrone? Oh wait, I don't know if you've said. Is X your favorite movie of your favorite horror movie of 2022 thus far?
It's not at the bottom. I know that much.
Okay.
Which is real hard to say when there's only
it's a
three
nice
I've
dodge.
seen. I don't know if I would put it at the top for me personally. Maybe Studio 666 would be at the top so far, but again, I've only seen 3 movies from this year so far, so it's very shallow right now what we're working with. But that's just because of my taste. X is one of those that I would file with a lot of A24 films, which is I'm going to need a minute before I come back and watch you again, okay? You're good. Give me a minute. So, Studio 666 is just more my taste in being goofy, off the wall, and kind of bizarre. So,
Yeah, they sound like different films.
oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
very much so.
I'm trying to think.
X is more serious with some humor. Studio 666 is humor with a little bit of serious.
Yeah, yeah. Let me see if I have something here where I can do some sort of vague comparison. What have I seen in 2022? Come on, come on, come on.
A lot, but if we're talking about movies,
Yeah, yeah. So like it's like me trying to compare Jackass Forever to Deep Water. Like
some
they,
don't feel right here.
yeah, they're just not. They're not the. You can't.
Now,
No matter how good either are, you can't compare them.
they're obviously horror is a big umbrella, so they're in different subgenres. For
Sure,
one.
sure.
And as I said, different tones. They were aiming for different things.
Yeah, yeah. That's accurate. That's fair. That is absolutely fair. Have you seen the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake? Oh, you're stuck. Have you seen the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake?
I was hearing about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. What is it? Woke Chainsaw now? Interesting. Let's see. Let's give it maybe about 2 more releases before someone else calls something woke. See what it is. I don't know. I know Scream, the latest Scream came out. We're gonna have Halloween Ends. Sorry, I had to. I'm sorry. And it's a lot of franchises are getting a revival in a way. It would seem, but
Oh my goodness. Excuse me.
what?
Felix has pushed us to.
Uh-oh. What did Felix do?
We are in a Serbian film territory.
Good luck.
Felix, thank you so much. Unless, of course, you want Salo instead of a Serbian film, but right now it's your choice. Serbian film or Salo. Wow. Thank you so much, Felix. That's incredible. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but it is kind of
It's important.
tremendous news. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's certainly going to be tremendous news for your mother.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good luck.
I can't wait. I can't wait for the content. Because
the views.
yeah, I mean,
Yes.
she's gonna be pissed at me. There's no way she's not, but oh, it's gonna be funny.
Join the club. See, this is what happens when you try to involve your family and shit. I get it all the time. Hey, I've got an idea. No, all right. Well, no, it's fine. You realize I have had people on my channel saying, I want to see your brother in more content, because even my mom says, you bounce off each other really well. Yeah, try telling my brother that. Over here, hey, would you want to do a reaction or something, a commentary, like on some real shitty ass horror movie so we can tear it to fucking pieces?
Mm-hmm.
No. Oh, okay. I gotta wear him down,
There goes
over the next
that.
few months. We gotta wear him down. I gotta show him the bed that eats.
Yeah, you gotta show them what the benefits are. Like my mom, what broke her down was the fact that I forgot what it was. It was something that some mindless thing that somebody was reacting to, and it just had like millions of views. And she was like,
Mama saw them views and went, whoa.
Yeah. She's like, what do these videos make? And I'm like, well, this video here probably made $2,000. She's like, oh.
Ooh. Oh, cha-ching. All right, come on over.
Well, in that case.
I see. That's fair. Fair. See, the problem is, I can't leverage that because I have never made a cent from YouTube so far. It's all Patreon, which I'm fucking grateful for. Because
Oh, yeah.
otherwise, I'd have nothing.
Yeah. Yeah,
But, you know.
YouTube is a lovely, lovely company. But
So happy to be here with our overlords.
yes, please, can we
Susan?
form a union and
Can we
get get paid
Can we strike? Can we do that?
more than once every.
Can we? How about this? Fantastic idea. How about you take away the goddamn 2 thresholds that you got, for people to start making money. Lower those just a little bit, especially for me, like the watch time. How about that? A little bit. Thank you. Someone contacts Susan. No, never mind. Don't do that. She'll be pissed.
What is the choice, Felix? Felix says CP choice.
Uh-oh.
Because if you're telling me to choose, I'm actually going to choose a Serbian film because I don't want to watch a bunch of fucking with my mom. I really.
So she hasn't seen X with you yet?
No.
Here, I got a great film for you guys. Come on, sit down. Family movie night. Come on.
Fantastic job, Felix. Thank you so much. You've made our electricity bill. You've made our day there, but you've definitely put me in the doghouse.
You've simultaneously done something good and bad. That's fantastic. That's what I like to do. Well done.
Oh, Felix is saying to let you decide.
Oh, shit.
Between Salo and a Serbian film. Have you seen both?
No.
Oh.
I have not seen either. I think
you haven't seen either.
I think I've mentioned. I mean, I get the general idea of both. The list that you had made, I think I'd mentioned I'd only seen Cannibal Holocaust off of that list.
Wow.
So, yeah, we're getting there slowly but surely. Hey, slowly but surely.
Listen,
right?
if you want to do a list to start paying your electric bill, we can do this with you too.
Live reaction. No. All right. So, slight refresher, if you would, please, sir.
Okay.
I mean, I get the idea of both generally, but.
All right. So before we veer into the fun that will be next week's video, what would you? I know a lot of people aren't really into scoring things, but what would you, out of 10, out of 5, what would you say about X?
I'd say we'll go with 10. That seems to be a little bit easier to me.
Okay.
For rating. Once again, because I'm stingy, but still, I'd give it a 7.5.
Wow. Okay.
A respectable 7.5 because trying to be as unbiased as possible. It's a very good film.
Mm-hmm.
I know some people have been throwing around masterpiece. It's entirely up to you.
Yeah, I don't like big words like that. We lost you. We lost you again. Elon Musk said X won't be censored on Twitter. Did you give your score? You look so concerned.
As I was saying, thank you very much, Elon. It's a very smart, very well crafted, very.
Of all faces, somebody make that a thumbnail. fucking dice with the face. That's both a duck face and a platypus face at the same time.
Eventually, I will finish my thought.
Yeah. 7.5 out of 10.
Yes.
Which
It's
is
a respectable one.
I'm a full point ahead of you.
Okay.
I would go 8.5 out of 10, which I mean, to each their own.
Yeah, it's all about taste, really.
Yeah.
It doesn't say anything about the quality of the film.
Sure.
I try my best to acknowledge the quality, the story, the acting in reviews that I give, but it does come down to personal taste. I suppose.
And it does come down to like subgenre. I mean, if you're not really into slashers, it's still a slasher. Like it's as well made a movie as it is. It's still a fucking slasher.
Multiple people die. So
okay, so with that said,
yes.
I go 8.5. Dice goes 7.5 for X. I'm pretty sure I'm not done with that subject matter at all. Once it comes out on home media, I'll probably fart around with it one more time. But anywho, so on to the big news. Felix has made a crater in the decision making process for the Mom Reacts video, and as of right now, we have
Pre-recorded torture.
yeah. As of right now, the choice is a Serbian film or Salo, and it is Dice's to make, apparently.
No. I don't know this woman, so let me just preface this with I'm so sorry.
It's better that way. It's better
yeah,
that
sure,
way.
Sure. There's no remorse. Treat her like you would your own mom.
Watch them all
Sit
in a
down.
row.
We're gonna have a very interesting marathon. No, you don't want the popcorn. No. All right. So okay. Yes. Now I'm remembering a little bit more about the plot.
Okay, so
Shall we say a bit?
Salo is about a bunch of libertines who, World War II era Italy,
Fun.
who capture a bunch of young, buxom men and women and treat them as their personal
Playthings.
everything.
Okay. All right.
And you know they're led to do whatever they want, and there's this weird element to them where they treat things like they're higher class.
Rich people. God damn it.
Telling stories about the past and playing piano and whatever, and having very interesting meals for lunch, and when they break out the protein, it's in a very shiny, nice, like it's so it's like
This isn't right.
Yeah, it's like just so backwards. Yeah.
Okay.
Lots of poop play.
Oh yeah, scat.
Yeah, scat. Plenty of scat.
My favorite.
All types of different variations of sex throughout the second act. And then for the third act, it's lots of gore.
Naturally.
A Serbian film is about a porn star who is retired but finds out he needs money, and he takes a gig that they won't tell him anything about the gig.
Always a good sign.
Yeah. And so he starts, just blindfoldingly taking part in some movies, and the stakes get raised more and more. And I'll say that a phrase that is used in the film is newborn porn. I don't know if you're frozen or if you've
I'm
heard
back.
what I said.
The stakes get raised is where it cut
Okay.
off. But
there's
I
a-
get the idea.
there's
I
a
think
f-
I'm
Wait, you want to hear the phrase?
okay.
There's a phrase in the film, and it's used a couple times, and it's called newborn porn.
Ah, yes. Okay, so I am remembering correctly. Good to know. Well, let's see. Felix! No. Leave this up to
Fucking
me.
Felix.
Who are you torturing right now? I don't care. I don't have to watch it.
Yeah, you're just
Uh,
throwing a dart. That's really it. You're just there.
Where's the coin?
Take it.
That's it. Well, I know which one. If my mom had to choose, I know which one she would go. No. So,
You also have
let's-
to keep in mind we're trying to be entertaining too.
True.
So there's lots of variables to the. We are making a video.
This is for YouTube. God damn it!
We're all about the clicks.
Yeah. My mom watches Solo. Listen, either way, the keywords astounding. Hashtags be damned. I would pick the Serbian film.
Very well.
So, yes, I would pick.
I actually, I don't want to say the word like, but I appreciate that movie. I certainly do more than Salo. So
I've heard the reasons behind it, shall we say? So, okay.
yeah,
Alright.
the metaphors that they've used for it, it's like, a little extreme, but I
think you're looking a little too deeply into this, man. But go off. Okay, it's artistic. You said, okay.
It's a
All right.
metaphor for the army. What kind of army are you in? Because I don't remember anything about our army literally fucking us. But okay.
Whatever you say.
I'm not from that part of the country and part of the planet, and I don't plan to be if that's
if this is what you're using to represent, no,
I'm
good.
visiting. You're
No.
not having my tourist dollars.
No, we're gonna make a beeline, around the whole country. Thank you. We're going to Hawaii. That's where we're going.
Although, please send me a newborn porn shirt because you just gotta represent.
Look on Etsy for that. Yeah.
Etsy.
Listen, all I know is Milos is the character's name in that, isn't it? Or
Yeah,
something like that.
Milos. Yep.
Okay. Laura, a freak.
Laura. What about Laura? Laura, say you will. What about Laura?
See?
Laura,
you start
now?
talking
What?
about Serbian film. Laura got an action figure of Milos. She specifically wanted one, so she an action figure of Milo.
You're not shitting me.
I am
You're
not.
serious.
I'm not joking.
Oh, I need
She
to
was
talk
posting
to
about.
Laura.
I'm like, who? Where was that from? She goes, Serbian film. I'm like,
An action figure. That is the optimal word in the description there. Action figure of Milos.
oh, see, once again, you start talking about this shit, they cut you off. No,
Well,
I'm not joking. She has
that
an action figure of Milos. She made a bed for it. So
all right. So we've gone quite a bit. We've gone past the length of the film itself. Dice, what do you have coming up on your channel? Are you frozen again? Well, what I will say is you will see the remnants of this video where my mom reacts to a Serbian film, and it will be edited. You'll be able to see. It's not like a reaction video. You'll see the video that she's reacting to, although like nudity and gore will be blurred, but you're gonna see what she's seeing.
it's going to be fun. Somebody.
What do you have coming up, Dice, on your channel?
Yes. Been away for a bit. I apologize for that. Not intentional. Or a surprise. Real life shit. Just, bitch slapped me. Anyway.
Tell me about it.
I'm working on stuff. I've got a number of scripts lined up. I've got stuff for The Howling, possibly Psycho, Reanimator. I recently finished review for Reanimator. Perhaps, hopefully, possibly in time for Mother's Day, a top 10 best mothers in horror movies. Because we don't have that.
Pamela.
She's on the llist. I'm not even joking.
I would hope so.
She's
even
on
if it
the
was
list.
10.
Yeah. Well, there's a few. I'm still missing a few, so it's not complete yet. But hopefully in time for Mother's Day, maybe. There's a few different things. Also,
that's neat.
This is not on my channel, but Sledgehammer Horror.
Ken Sledge.
Yeah. He was nice enough to interview me recently. I don't know when he's planning on getting that up, but sometime, obviously this coming month, perhaps.
Ken's
but I'll be
people.
appearing. Yeah. He's very nice guy. We talked about Gremlins as my first horror film that I could remember. So that's what that episode will be about when he's able to get it up.
That's awesome.
So
yeah, Ken's good people.
Yes. A very pleasant individual. Lots of hard work goes into their content, and they are consistent as fuck.
Yeah.
So hey, good for you.
Yeah.
Shit.
Felix, you can please stop now. Thank you. $5 super chat. Hey CP, my last name is often pronounced Laura, even though it's wrong.
Well, how is it pronounced
Felix
properly?
Laura? Lorea? Lorea, right? Isn't it Lorea? Loera? Shit, now I'm confusing myself. Loera.
You gotta have one of them fancy names right there. Okay.
Loera. Loera, right.
Well, that's right. Okay.
Loera. Now that my brain's collapsed upon itself.
Now? Mine left me years ago. If you see a little gray squishy thing running around, let me know.
No, I'm gonna eat it. I need more. I need more brains.
Zombie territory, no.
Well,
Mr. Romero.
Thank you for taking part in this. I've been waiting a very long time to be just spitting out anything about this damn movie.
I'm so
And,
sorry to keep you waiting.
yeah, and then we had a very exciting, very end
Event.
there. Felix decided to hijack the whole thing.
You always have to be the best, don't you?
But yeah, we'll see you. I mean, you're a staple here. We'll get you here.
Whether you like it or not, I am
yeah.
a staple in your side.
Yeah.
Yes. Hi.
We'll get you back for something. And
Well, now that I have stable internet, which will hopefully get better.
oh yeah, I can tell.
Hey, you know, it's better than 5 pixels and
Oh yeah.
or not being able to do it at all. Either way, this is an improvement, I swear to God. But hopefully it'll improve. I'll find the place where it'll be happy with no obstructions. So, but
It'd be
yeah,
fun. It'd be
here.
fun to get you in some streams. It really would. As you've frozen, that is just that is so perfect.
I'd like to do more. Yes, people want me to do more, so I want to do more. Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Internet
So
gods willing.
we'll have a reason to be back. I absolutely promise. And I don't have something to close.
Dance.
Oh no. Where I thought I had. Oh, I do. Okay. Say good night, Dice.
Good night, guys.